Smash that limiter!
Hello, everyone.
My mic was muted then. Oh my god, none of the hotkeys work. Nothing is working. Yeah, I know.
That's why.
Yeah, I had turned on the mic audio and then I changed scene and it was still muted and I don't know why. And then obviously for some reason Discord on the pop out wouldn't let me move it out of the way so I can undeafen myself. Yeah, just nothing worked today. But anyway, welcome
We're all
our
here
special
today.
guest.
Hi.
Oh, thank you, Goose. That's very lovely. So how do we pronounce your gamer's name?
So it's Goober Bell.
Goober
Goober Bell.
Okay.
Goober Bell, yeah.
All
or
right.
Goobs or Goober or Bell or whatever.
Goober works.
Yeah.
We say that Goober a lot.
Yeah, we could say Goober. That works really well. So
Perfect.
who are you?
Isn't that the question we're all asking ourselves?
Honestly, great question. I don't even know what to say. Well, my name's Isabel, and I am a small content creator here on Twitch.
Yep.
And I stream, and I'm terrible at video games, so I'm not sure why I'm streaming, but I'm here. I am. And yeah, I stream mostly for fun. And I am a mom, and I am an extended functions dental assistant during the day, and then I stream at night.
Yeah.
And that's really all there is to know about me.
That's pretty cool. All right, we'll introduce, because we haven't really introduced ourselves to you properly. I mean, we had a good chat beforehand, get a lot of things.
Yeah.
But so I'm Hunter. That isn't obviously my real name. But it's my online name that I've had since I've been doing gaming and YouTube since I was like a little tacker. So that's the name that I picked. It was a name before then, but it was an offensive name, so obviously it got banned. But anyway, no, it is not. Shut up, Goose. I work at a mechanics. So that's, automotive's like kind of my hobby, my passion. Obviously, we spoke earlier as well that I did university, and I'm very knowledgeable on animals and all that sort of stuff. Worked with lots of them. Couldn't get a job there, so this is where I am now. And that's me.
There you go.
Spliffy?
His first dream died, so he went to his second dream instead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, whatever works.
Hello, my name is Spliffy. That is not my real name in real life, just as by the way. I am an audio-visual installation technician. I put in audio systems, sound, video systems, projector systems. I have a lot of fun with that. I colloquially put it, I do irreparable damage to buildings in the hopes that I upgrade the building instead. And outside of work, I like music. I like doing music. I love music theory. I like making music theory. I like making music. And
that's so cool.
That's generally what I enjoy doing. And I love video games too.
There you go.
I think video games is what brings all three of us together, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say so.
I like video games for the fact that it's been, from the get-go, it's been the most diverse way of meeting people from all walks of life. Used to be really bad for women back in the day.
Still is.
Yeah.
Hello, Call of Duty. You can't set foot in a Call of Duty lobby as a girl.
It's just bad in general. I don't know.
I remember early days Call of Duty. When was it? Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, and I was in a lobby and I took a sickie off school. And there was this woman and her husband. He was military and she was military as well, and And when she opened her mouth in the voice chat and the global chat, it was bad. It was like everything and anything offensive was said. And her husband the whole time was just laughing and just like, "Do you ever just help me?" And he's like, "No, you're on your own." And like in the end, she ended up making a party with like 2 of us and her husband, and we're just chatting. And she's like, "Every fucking game, this happens to me every time. They always go, "Do you want to see what my dick looks like?" or something horrible like that. And, and I'm just like,
or like, "Get back in the kitchen," or "Go make me a sandwich," or like just the same old things. Yeah. Oh, you're so original. Like, get a new chirp.
Me, I was excited because it was something different. Because I wasn't like back then. It was like, it was just insults after insults, and like some of my best friends online came from insults. But yeah. But it's better. It's better. I still think it's better now. It's still bad, but it's still better. Could be way worse.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The microphone quality is a lot better than the Xbox lobby, that's for certain.
Mate, that old crackle. The old, like, gets static while you're talking and then you hear the fan in the background. Yeah. So, like, how long have you been, like, interested in gaming? Is it something that you've been doing your whole life, or...?
So, not really. So, I have 2 sisters, and both of them are huge gamers, and they're like, my older sister specifically is actually like really good, and she's actually a streamer as well, and she went professional. Like, she played with Ninja and Nick A30 and like all these big guys, and she's really, really good at it. And I would always play with her, but so that people would watch me be bad, if that makes sense. Like, people would join and like laugh that like there's one sister who's really, really good and the other sister who literally can't even like don't know how to move. Like, it's just really bad. So I started playing on and off about 5 years ago, and then just recently, like, I've one game that I've played my entire life, like since I was 9, is Minecraft. That's like my game. I love Minecraft, and I got so much crap for it because it's like, oh, that's such a stupid game or whatever. But I love it so much. And then I started playing Fortnite like 5 years ago with my sister, and I've played on and off. But then it's something I love to do, even though I'm really bad at it. So I've just, I don't know, even though I'm trash at video games, I just really enjoy them. And it's only recently that I've gotten like back into it, like just in the last like 6 months.
What's your favorite part about video games? Is it the storytelling, the mechanics, or the gameplay, shall we say? You can only pick one.
Can I pick something that's not on that list?
Sure.
Meeting people.
Meeting people. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I love to meet people and talk to people, and so like being able to meet people is the most fun part for me.
So you're very much a social butterfly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I have to admit, that's what threw us for a curveball, because we raided into you last Sunday. And then you were like, yeah, I'll be on the podcast. And we like, suggested, we're like, wait, what? Shit, we
were like, this. wait. We didn't expect this to happen. We don't really know what to do from this point on.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
Yay.
I forgot to play I learnt them the first stream from in this place, that having the TV not on in the background, because this is my gaming setup, so the Xbox and all that's all behind me. So if I play something on that screen, it doesn't get like real bad reflections of all the recording lights and stuff. So I'm just playing one of my YouTube videos on the background.
There you go.
That's the one you went camping, right?
Yeah, that was Love Day. So that's me driving my YouTube.
Yeah. So that one, I actually watched that a few years ago. That one is actually a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. I was full driving, like off-roading, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Now, what was your first car? And like, how did you learn to drive? Like, who taught you? All that sort of stuff.
Good question. So my grandpa would used to sit us in his lap when we were like 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
And drive us around a parking lot. That's like my earliest memory of like driving.
Oh yeah,
is
the classic.
Yeah, just sitting with my grandpa and like driving around like a Walmart parking lot or something. The first thing I actually like drove was a moped. Because in Alberta, you can get like your driver's permit when you're 14. So you can drive a moped by yourself, and you can drive a car with like an adult in the passenger seat at 14. So my dad tried to teach me to drive. Like I know how to drive a moped. So like that was like the first thing I ever actually drove on my own was a moped. But my first car was a Jetta, a manual Jetta, and it was such a hot mess.
They usually are.
Trying to learn stick. Yeah, it was such a hot mess trying to learn stick. To this day, I'm a very poor manual driver. I know how to, and I'd be able to if I really needed to, but I'm so bad at driving stick. Like, it's embarrassing. But yeah, a 2004 Volkswagen Jetta was my first car, and the first thing I learned to drive in.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Swiffy, share yours.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
My 5-day-old car.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean I learned to drive with mum and a few others, but mostly mum's Kia Cerato. And when I went through what, like I did that for like a couple of years. And then I got my Ps at, I think I was 20 or 21, because I was a late bloomer with driving. Was terrified of the road. I got my red Ps. The way that the system works, you get your L plates and then your red Ps for 2 years, and then your green Ps for 1 year, and then you're onto your full license, and that's how that works. So I went from my learner's permit to my red Ps, and then that lasted me about 5 days before I put my car into a ditch, and that was a bit of fun.
Oh no!
So I overcorrected. Like, it was one night. It was essentially, I used to work at McDonald's, and I had a 4 a.m. start, finished to 2 p.m. finish, and the next day 4 a.m. start to 2 p.m. finish, and then the next day was a 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. finish, and then the next day was a 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. finish. And then I was asked like, hey, you want to do another 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. tomorrow? I said, yeah, sure, why not? And then I forgot to set my alarm. So I was meant to be there at 4 o'clock. I get a message from a manager, hey, you still doing the open this morning? And I looked at my phone. It's 17 past 4 in the morning. I think, ooh, I'm late. Time to go. And so I get in the car. I'm driving along. And and then I think to myself, like, oh man, I only just got my permit. Like, what if I need my like photo ID to show the police officers? So I do the dumbest thing ever. So I look at my passenger's seat, even though like it just doesn't click that I can't see anything, because it's dark. I can't see a damn thing. And then I started to notice there's a difference in noise texture. I look ahead of me. I've sort of veered off the road, and I'm heading straight towards a concrete light post. I'm thinking,
no.
That's not good. So I grab the top of the steering wheel, and I just fucking reef it to the right, and I overcorrect it. And I'm now heading. I was heading in a straight line. Now I'm drifting. I'm drifting in the opposite direction to.
Oh, no.
So I've now started drifting, and I'm basically I'm drifting straight into a tree. I'm thinking, this ain't good. It's a really really small tree. So I'm drifting into this tree, and I'm thinking, this ain't good. So I go into the ditch. I uproot the tree. I clear a fence. I 540 the car. It's a mess. And then I'm like, I don't know. I'm so disoriented because I'm literally facing the opposite direction to where I was going 10 seconds ago. And I'm thinking, okay, time to get out of the car, I think. And I'm looking at the car. I'm thinking, this ain't good. My car's in pieces. I don't know what to do. So I called my manager, basically told him what was going on, and said, yeah, okay, that really sucks. So it's like, it's 32, it's 32 past 4 in the morning, right? And it's pitch black. I can't see a damn thing, and I'm in the middle of a cow paddock, and I can't see anything. And and then and then that happened, and I end up just having the day off that day. It was a lot that morning. But now I've got a nice little Holden Astra, 2002 Holden Astra, which with 428,000 kilometers on the engine now.
Ooh.
And it's still going. No problems whatsoever.
That Astra's pretty crazy how much money you've spent in it and like how you've kept it going all this time. Like
I don't spend that much money in it.
Well, you have a little bit.
A little bit, but not
a
lot
lot more than what people would have spent money on an Astra. Most
it's
people
a great
just,
car. I love
most
it.
people just throw it around or just like or do what we did to our Astra at work.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell that story later.
Yeah.
Okay, so my vehicles that I've owned is old. So I learned to drive in my parents' cars. So I've been driving since I was basically. My dad was always a strong believer. As soon as you can reach the pedals, you can learn to drive. Legally, obviously, the same here. In my state as Spliffies, L's 16, and then. But I was like, I'm a lot older, so I was able to get on my P's when I was 16 still. So I only had to be on my L's when I was had it for 6 months. So I was on my P's, so driving on my own when I was 16, like just about turned 17 basically. And so I learned to drive with tractors, like farming equipment, because I went to an agricultural school. So I learned to drive tractors, trucks, little bloody electric vehicles that are like the plant electrical vehicles. Like we had this old Toyota electric thing at school, and it was designed to like move around like car manufacturing plants, like moving goods to and from around like a big factory. So like, I used to drive around lots of different vehicles, and my dad taught me to drive his laser, like changing gears and all that sort of stuff, because I drive manuals. And
I could never.
Yeah, you gotta. So my first car was an old 4-speed Ford Laser 1982, and I wasn't that great at driving manual, because like driving trucks and tractors and stuff like that, it's a lot easier because you're lower speeds, so it's not that bad. But going from that to a car, obviously, like you're changing gears a lot more often. So you kind of like, if you buy a piece of crap car that you don't care that you're going to crunch the gears or anything like that, it is way better to learn to drive manual that method than it is like, buying like an expensive car and then potentially damaging the gearbox or the clutch while you're learning. So
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I'm glad I did it like that. And then I even got rear-ended in that car, because I saw someone in the chat mentioned that your Jetta got rear-ended.
Yeah, that's my mum. That's my mum. Yeah, no, I did. I was devastated. I loved that car with my whole heart. Like, my grandpa bought me that car for my 16th birthday, because you can like get your full license when you're 16.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got me that car for my 16th birthday, and I loved it so much. Like, I got like little car seat, like the covers for it, and like a steering wheel cover, and like all that, just made it all cute and girly or whatever. And yeah, my mom went away for the first time ever. She never ever like went on trips for herself. And the one time she went on a trip for herself, I got in an accident and totaled the car, and I was so devastated. I would still have that car today. I mean, probably not, because it's 2004, but I loved that car so much.
It sucks. Like I was rear-ended. I stopped at a stoplight. I was on my way to university, and I had my best mate in the car. And like we stopped at a red light, and there was no one else on the road. It was a real quiet morning, and I look at my revision mirror, and I just see this Ford Falcon not slowing down. And I'm just like,
yeah,
oh great, and then it just hits me, and I'm just like,
yep.
I was so annoyed. And then what made it even worse, she gave me the incorrect address, and license number and all that sort of stuff. I don't think it was intentional, but still, it just infuriated me even more. Because it wasn't like the problem was that car was so old that and there was so few of them. So that particular model, because of the age it was and the type it was, there was only 3 left in the world. So you couldn't get parts for it. Yeah, it's not because it was rare. It was rare, but it was not because it was good. It was because it was such a common car that everyone drove until they died, and I just happened to have the last few left. And it was a turd of a car. Like it was, the firewall was rusted, and then I did the whole like young kid sort of thing where I like try and camo painted it, and which I'll put in the Discord. You can see it there. I'll bring it up so everyone in the audience can see. It won't let me do it. Never mind. I can't bring it up.
Speaking
unfortunately, but I can't show it. Is your mum here too now?
Yeah.
Hello, Spliffy's mum. My family's watching, I think, as well.
Hell yeah!
But
it's a whole family reunion.
It wasn't a write-off though. So the rear bumper was bent and the broken light was bent and whatnot because it was an older car, so it was a bit more solid. That car ended up getting crushed because I got defected, which in Australia, you can get defected for like a vehicle that is regarded as unroadworthy, and there's 2 different type of defects you can get. You can get a what we call a cop shop defect. So that's like, say your tires are bald. A cop will pull you over, say your tires are unsafe to drive on the road, and they'll slap a defect notice on your car, and you can go to your local police station, or we call them cop shops. And thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Anyways, so you go to the cop shop and then you pay a fine, and then they take it off, and then away you go.
For the follow.
The other defect you can get is what we call we call it Regency defect, which means you have to go to a special place where they have engineers and mechanics, and they go over your car with a fine tooth to see whether you've done what they've requested. It can be from suspension to oil leaks to your engine's on fire. So mine was defected for that. And the reason why is because my oil rings on my pistons were rare, were like really worn, so it was very smoky. My car would smell like a boat. I used to thrash this thing. Like I'd be doing donuts and all sorts of stuff. Like this little Ford Laser, I could drift that like no tomorrow. There's a front wheel drive, so people get really confused seeing me go around sideways, spinning the front wheels. So once I got that defect, I knew that it was never going to pass. So I crushed it, and then I bought a Holden Commodore, which is it's GM owned, but it's an Australian car, which is that blue one that I put in the Discord that you saw. That was also that picture was also while I was doing my research on sleepy lizards. So, and then now I own the Navara. So.
I drive a super awesome, cool mom car right now.
Yeah.
I drive a good old Honda Pilot.
Honda Pilot. We don't get them in Australia.
Let's have a look. Honda
we don't.
Pilot.
We don't.
It's a 2011 Honda Pilot.
Oh, one of those ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, a good old mom car. Yep. I love it. I love that car so much.
Yeah, we don't have a Pilot. I think it's called something else here, isn't it, Spliffy?
Let me have a look. Australia. It is. I don't know. Let's have a look. No, I don't know. Maybe we either don't have it or it is called Pilot. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
That's okay.
I think I can be able to. I'll need to change some settings. Let's see if I can do it quickly.
Goob's disappeared.
Goob's disappeared. Oh,
Goob's disappeared.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Goob has turned into a parking lot.
Oh yeah. That's because I changed the thing. You scared me, Spooky.
Hello,
man.
Hemi.
Okay.
Gibbs disappeared. She's gone. She's disappeared. She's off the planet. Ah! Everyone call the police.
Okay.
What are we gonna do?
I'm trying to
Quick, get her back.
There we go. Properties. I need to select the different. Is it that one? There we go. Okay, so that's my first car there. It's an old. That's after I spray painted it black and white camo because I could, and then like
Oh my goodness.
2 days later, that car got defected. I love the license plate UTF 998, and I spray painted the rims, black, and you see my big club lock. It's good.
Because why not?
Why not?
It's
Exactly.
a beauty.
I used to love
The person who had my car before me, they sprayed my rims black, so I have sprayed black rims on my Pilot.
Oh,
It's I love that thing so much.
mum car with a bit of zest.
Yeah. Honestly, so Chandler, he has a Jeep that he adores. He has a Jeep Wrangler, and it's his baby, and he does a bunch of modifications to it. And so when I met him, he was like, "Oh my gosh, we could do so much to your Pilot." And I was like, "What? Mod out a Pilot? You're kidding." And I've looked it up, and some people have done some really cool things to make it look like a really cool, like, outdoorsy car, almost like an adventure vehicle. I'm like, I'd do that. Like, I would get different rims, and I would get like a cool roof rack or something, make it look a little bit spiffy,
Have you
Hell
seen have you seen like what Australians do to Jeep Wranglers?
No.
Oh, they do some crazy stuff with them. Like they do the angry eyes. Everyone's obsessed with angry eyes over here. Don't know
Oh,
why.
yeah. With like over the lights,
Like that there. But yeah, like Australians will go to town with all the bar work on them and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just going nuts. I've had so many bad experiences with Jeeps, so then
the Jeep is still in Canada. The Jeep is still in Canada. It's kaput right now.
Oh, really?
It's still we haven't gotten it down here yet. Yeah, it's he's gonna be so mad. He's like, "It's a great car," and I'm like,
kaput,
"I know." But...
You mean like on fire kaput or not?
No, like the clutch and like it needs a new clutch. It needs a new transmission. It needs It's just. She can't run right now.
Yeah.
She can't drive. She wouldn't make the drive from Canada to here. She wouldn't.
Because we have the biggest issue we have with Jeeps at work is parts. Like it is hard to get parts, and Jeep themselves don't carry parts. And it's like they're like, "Oh no, we don't have any parts. We have to import it from USA." And it's like, really? So like, I just like. Don't get me wrong, when they're up and working, they're like good car, and I like the fact
great,
that, I like their petrol and the light, so they're really good off roading and stuff like that. But they just, I'm not a fan with how Jeeps cut corners. I do not like how they have a paywall in their vehicle diagnostic system. That pisses me off to no end. So like Jeeps, for example, like scan tools. Do you know what they are? So there's like a tablet thing that mechanics use to hook up to the car.
Oh, yeah. And it like does a little diagnostic testing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
so Jeep is one of the few companies that actually force you to pay for a subscription thing to be able to grant access to their diagnostics.
But it's a car that you already paid for. What the hell?
Yeah, and you pay for the scan tool that pays for a subscription to be able to read those codes, and then you have to pay for a security code to be able to unlock access into the Jeep. Now, there are ways to get around it. It's called disconnecting the security protocol, which is quite easy to do. But the fact that they force you to do that just infuriates me. And like, it's not like the cars themselves are bad. It's just the company that makes them purposely like cuts corners and like will charge exorbitant prices for something that isn't like aftermarket stuff is usually cheaper than the genuine Jeep stuff, which is just stupid. But we had this Grand Cherokee and everything that involved coolant destroyed. So we had to rebuild the entire coolant. They're not reliable.
The Jeeps.
No, they're not in our country anyway. They're not reliable.
No, I haven't come across anyone. I had a friend who had a Jeep. They had to get rid of it because it was just constant engine problems.
They're not reliable in our country. And
well, it's hard when you guys don't have like access to the parts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's tricky.
It makes it pretty much impossible.
The way I look at it is like any car. You can love your car, but you have to accept that no matter what brand it is, and this is coming from a mechanic like workshop, doesn't matter what brand it is, each brand has their own issues.
Yeah.
Nothing is perfect. Like Toyota Land Cruisers are probably regarded as the most hardiest, reliable vehicle ever built out of any manufacturer. And it is true to an extent. Like what I've seen some of these cars go through is crazy. But they also still have their same grievances, just like any other manufacturer. Like front wheel bearing, all wheel bearings on a Land Cruiser needs to be done and replaced every 20,000 kilometers. So like, that's, to me, that's expensive, but you have to do it to be able to keep them reliable. And the same with Jeeps. Like you just got to do lots and lots of preemptive maintenance on them. You got to do your servicing. You got to check your wheel bearings. You got to do this and do that, and then you do that, and then it's going to be reliable. But yeah, nothing's perfect, is what I've learned, unfortunately.
No.
So, but here in Australia, it's hard because you don't have access to parts. That's the problem. But yeah, I mean, someone would say Spliffy's car's not reliable.
Yes, a lot of people have said that, but I've also had a lot of mechanics say I've never seen an Astra with that many kilometers on it.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's just unheard of.
Yeah, I don't understand why it keeps going, but it's the battery is warranted for 3 years. I've had the same battery for 7 years, and it still seems to be going just fine.
Yeah.
So, which is actually Mum asked a good question. Would you put giant eyelashes on your cars?
Me?
Yeah. Well, you and Hunter.
Oh.
You know what's so funny is through high school and college, I did eyelash extensions. I still do
like
I do.
On your person?
No, like on people. Like I would do like lash extensions on girls. And my mom actually bought me a pair of car lashes for my Jetta. And I had every intention of putting them on, and I don't know why I never did. Would I put them on my Pilot now? I don't think so. But high school me, absolutely. Absolutely, high school me would have put lashes on my Jetta.
That's awesome.
100%.
I think just spray painting my car with the old spray paint rattle can is probably the most craziest thing I've done looks wise. My car now is very basic. It's just got a lift kit on it and just the bull bar or the rebar.
That's all you need.
Bar, but yeah, you definitely need a bull bar over here. I don't know how much it would probably help you out a lot in the States and Canada if you had a bull bar.
Like, is that like the metal, like
big metal cage in the front of the car?
Yeah, Chandler says I need one of those too on the Pilot. And I was like, that looked dope. That looked great.
That would actually look pretty good. A big bull bar on the front of that.
Yeah. It wouldn't look terrible. It wouldn't look bad.
Yeah, I was just thinking like you would need it for deer because.
Oh yeah.
Actually, come to think of it.
People say that there's deer here. Like
Cozy seems to agree.
Like how you were saying earlier, like there's a lot of deer where I'm from. Yeah, like my mom said, there's so many deer. Definitely would eat it there. Everyone says that there's deer here, but the only time I've seen deer here is dead on the side of the road. I have not seen one living deer here yet. And I'm like, where are the deer? I don't believe you guys that there's actually
you have seen
deer.
Some.
They're just paid actors on the side of the road. Everyone, there's traffic. There's a car coming. Everyone, places.
It's like,
where's the blood? Where's the fake blood?
Have you ever seen that video of some like ladies, like a Karen sort of person, and she's like, I don't understand why they put the deer crossing sign there. Like, why does it have to be there? Can't they just make the deer cross somewhere else? I was like, watching this video, I was like, what?
We should bring the deer around and call for a vote. See how well that works.
Oh
I
my
don't get that
goodness.
reference. Oh, goose. We
Mom, I was telling them that.
Oh, okay. Do you have those? Have you seen those crazy like wildlife like land bridges that they build on the like massive freeways?
In the Netherlands.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
They
crazy.
have them in Alberta.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they work?
I would say so. They're really beautiful. Like you look at them and they're beautiful. And I would say that
Banff.
they worked. Like I noticed we would drive from our home to a place called Radium in the province over, and we would drive under at least like 3 of those like natural bridges, I think is what they call them. And I feel like there was way less roadkill after they created those. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and in Banff as well. Yeah.
That'd be really cool if they did that here, but I think kangaroos are too stupid to use them.
Yeah, I don't know, because also the thing too is that I don't know if we have more roads. We've got way less dense roads, so I don't know how
our roads
it
aren't
would
very
work
big
in Australia.
Like our main highways are like 2 lanes.
Yeah.
That's like in where I'm from in Canada, the biggest highway is like 3 lanes. Here in Utah, it's insane. Like I was so scared for my life to drive here when I first moved here. First of all, because Utah drivers are insane, and second of all, one side of the highway is 5 or 6 lanes.
Oh,
terrifying!
Wow. That's
terrifying.
Yeah.
To go from 2 to 3 to like 5 or 6, scary.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hated driving here.
I'm
good now, but when I first got here, I was like, I'm gonna die. This is terrifying.
That's it.
I kind of wish that they would increase our speed limits around here, because like our max speed limit here is 110 kilometers per hour. Which
that's in Alberta as well.
It's too slow, I think, because you're traveling like vast distances. Like, you know, the main highway that obviously I travel on to go. I'm trying not to dox myself, but to go to where I live in rural Australia is one of the longest is the world's longest road.
Oh, no way.
It goes for, how long is it? I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Is that from Adelaide to Perth? Is that what you're referring to?
No, it goes further than that, because it actually goes up through Perth and then it goes up to So the one road, so it goes, I'll bring it up on the map. So this is the world's longest road. Stuffing up my, I can't speak at the moment. Anyway, so this is it here. So it goes all the way around Australia. It's one big long road.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's the road.
It's the road. So it changes names and stuff, but it's the one continuous road, basically. And you can see how long. So that will take you like...
I call for a vote. I propose a vote. We call that the retirement circle, because every retirement person is basically, we should go around Australia, and that's the road they take.
You know, this road here is like 2,000 kilometers long, roughly.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's like quite a while.
What, just the Australian bite or the whole thing?
The whole thing, the whole Nullarbor.
Oh yeah,
it's like 2,000 something kilometers long.
Kind of off topic, but it's so refreshing to hear like kilometers and things like that, because like that's my language. That's what I understand. And being here in the States, it's like miles and Fahrenheit. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't either. I can't. Yeah, Queensland does have some pretty big roads, but the one cool thing about South Australia is there's no toll roads, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, Goose, miles and pounds are better. Try converting from one unit to the next.
Yeah.
See how you go with that. With meters to kilometers, just add 1,000. Done. Don't have to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone else in the world uses the same system except for America.
It's like the States and like one other country in the Middle East. Those are literally the only 2 countries that use that system. Everyone else uses like kilometers, and it's crazy.
7,000.
Don't need to convert our miles. Just go up. Yeah, we'll try
pretty
putting
big.
that on a piece of paper.
7,400. That's crazy. Canada's massive.
It's
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
The
It is
second biggest
huge.
country in the world.
I wonder
Is
what.
Ru-
What
I never really understood whether Russia was a country or it's not a continent. No, it is a country. I'm just being dumb.
It's a country and a continent, isn't it? It's a lot
Yes,
smaller
just-
than I thought it was. When I put the compare world map thing. What is it again? Where you compare?
What, like the surface area of a country?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, because
Other than the absolute freezing cold, inhospitable temperatures, what's stopping from people from living up further north in Canada?
Literally just the environment.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the fact that it's so cold, the fact that it's just not hospitable for life. It's really the only people that live way up north are like the Inuit or like the native people. Like they have lived there for generations and generations and generations, and they've just adapted to living there. Yeah, it's just so cold, like, and dark, and yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's always
crazy.
thrown me off how like how Earth has some areas where it's bright out at midnight. I think in Finland summers are crazy.
Mhm.
So they seem like a lot of fun too. I feel like until you need to go to sleep, of course, it's like it's still bright. Why is it so
Need
bright?
blackout
I need to get up in
curtains.
3 hours to go to work. Why is it still bright? Who invented this system? This sucks.
yeah, it would be kind of hard because my pop used to tell me so. Because my pop is Irish, so he obviously grew up in Ireland. He was telling me stories that
What?
like he it would be like 12 o'clock at night and it'd still be daylight. And how
Yeah, that'd be
it
crazy.
used to suck because they didn't have curtains. So,
Oh.
because it was a very poor farming home. So, like, yeah, no curtains. At least the
Oh,
curtains
dear.
they
That'd be
had were very
terrible.
good. Yeah. What does suck growing up in that era during like the famine and all that sort of shit?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People nowadays would never be able to
Nah.
live
No.
through that.
I mean, how like during
No.
COVID when people weren't allowed to be out, people
Mm.
like lost their minds. See, us gamers
Mhm.
and like introverts were just like,
Yeah, they just
we've been
Oh,
trained
they're
for this.
thriving.
nothing has changed.
Thriving.
What are you talking about?
It was amazing. It was like so nice going to work and no one on the road, and it was just like, the only downside was the toilet paper thing, which I still don't understand why that even happened. But anyway,
Yeah, because it's just a panic buy.
it got to the stage where
It's
like
like-
I had to get a hose through the toilet window.
Oh wow.
No way.
Yeah, you couldn't get toilet paper. It was really bad.
It was
Homemade
really
bidet.
bizarre.
Yeah, it was weird because like Australia make millions and millions of toilet paper. Like we produce it, so like we don't have a shortage. But yet there was one. Like people just bulk buying so badly, we made a shortage when we were the main exporters and producers of toilet paper. Like,
But like, why toilet paper? Why not
I
like
know, I don't
water
think-
or like food?
I swear,
Like
Oh,
toilet
pasta.
paper?
There was,
I
there was
swear
a
it
shortage on pasta
started-
as well.
Yeah,
for
I
a
swear
while.
it started
That
in
makes
the
sense.
States, and then everyone around the world followed suit. They were like, "Oh, if the Americans are running out of toilet paper, then we are too." And then they just started bulk buying it. I'm just like, why? Like,
Yeah.
because I didn't stop working, which was good. So I didn't like lose my
Oh,
job.
you
or anything like that.
didn't?
Nah, I was essential.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I kept my job through COVID as well, which is really, really nice.
those government.
I did as well because I was working in a hospital. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're just gonna lay off all the hospital staff in this health crisis.
Actually,
Yeah.
I was going to ask you: is
Mhm.
Canadian health plan, does that include dental?
No, it doesn't.
So it's the
Oh.
same as us then?
Yeah, it's
I think Canada
yeah.
and Australia
Healthcare
is
is
the same.
only
Nah, not anymore.
Canadian healthcare. Yeah, it's only like primary health, so like checkups and whatnot, and then like if you need surgery for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like any sort of like chiropractic, any sort of psychiatry, anything, or not psychiatry is included if like you're deemed that you need it. But like
Yeah.
if you want to go to therapy or whatever, you got to pay for it. If dental, pay for it. Like optometry, you got to pay for it. Like it's
So same
all of
as
those
here
things
then.
aren't included.
Yeah, it's a really, really similar system.
Yeah, our
the sounds of
healthcare
it.
used to be really good, where you like could go to a doctor and see a GP and not pay a thing, but now they've made it that you
Yeah.
have to pay, and it's getting really expensive. Our
Oh, really?
Our drugs are still heavily discounted.
Mm.
Drugs are still not expensive. Like antibiotics, like $15 and $20.
That's good.
Yeah, so our Medicare pays at the moment. It's mostly like drugs and stuff, and we don't pay nowhere near as much on Medicare levy as you guys do on your medical system, whatever it's called.
In
The tax
Canada
system?
or the
Yeah.
States?
Canada.
In Canada.
In Canada. Yeah, I was really lucky growing up, like really, really lucky because my dad's a police officer. So
Right.
he had really amazing benefits. So I was really lucky that I thought that, like when I was a kid, I just thought that everybody was able to go to the dentist twice a year and not have to pay, hundreds of
Yeah.
dollars, and that everybody got 2 free pairs of glasses every year. Like I was very naive to the fact that a lot of people didn't have benefits like that. And then when I grew up, when I realized that people were paying out of pocket for all this stuff, I was like, oh gosh, like that's like if you don't have benefits, it can get expensive.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been dentist in a long time.
You haven't been a dentist
can't
for
afford
years.
it.
Don't tell me that.
I
Don't
can't
tell me
Oh,
afford
yeah.
that.
I went to the dentist yesterday. There's nothing to be concerned about.
it. Yeah,
Don't lie to me.
I legitimately cannot. Because I got private health, but it only covers like dental cleaning and all that sort of stuff. But I still, even with that, I still can't afford to go. It's too expensive.
Which I am a firm believer that dental care should be included in
I
like
think so. Yeah.
free healthcare
Yeah.
because people don't understand or realize how much your oral health affects your overall health. Like your mouth is the first place, like one of the first places that things can enter,
Right.
And if it's not in a good, like your mouth health directly affects your gut health, and your gut health directly affects like your brain health, and that affects like it's people don't understand how important oral health actually is.
Yeah.
I could go on a freaking
There's
3-hour long tangent about it.
there's I mean there's probably a link between oral health and all the other organs, but I've also heard an emphasis between oral health and liver health as well. I'm not sure.
Oh,
if
yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Right.
Well, when you think about it, your mouth is the first stage of digestion. So
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I just 18 was my last. Yeah, when I was 18 was my last dental checkup. I think.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's
Oh my
been
gosh.
long time. But I cannot afford it. And now where I live, there's no dentist anyway, so I have to travel
And
4
heart
hours to
health.
see one.
Oh dear.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that there's like 0 dentists in Australia, which is crazy
Only in
because
major
people
areas,
literally
yeah.
from Canada go to Australia because like Australia and Canada have like a deal with like dental schools somehow. I don't exactly know what it is, but yeah, most of the dentists I've worked for literally did their dental school in Australia.
Yeah, they all go in the cities and stuff. No one goes rural. There's incentives. The government does a lot of incentives to get them out, but no one wants to do it. Same with vets. Like we don't even have a vet in our town. They come once a month. Yeah, so if your dog gets bitten by a brown snake, unfortunately your dog's not going to make it.
That's so awful.
Same with anything else, like when they're hit by a car, like they won't make it to the closest vet 4 hours away. Yeah. It's just all, it's just the unfortunate thing of living in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, anyway, just I would like to go to a dentist, and I will try and make the effort, especially now that I get benefits as well. So I'm going to try and...
In all honesty, like if the whole point of the dentist is like teaching for prevention. So like if you're taking care of your teeth and your gums, like, and you can only make it to the dentist like once every 2 years, as long as at that appointment they're saying that you're doing a good job, then like it's okay, it becomes a problem like when you don't take care of your teeth, and then your teeth are basically just gonna like rot out of your face. But
And then you have to get like dentures, and then
Yeah,
you need as many good
crowns and root
foods
canals and all the
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Facial reconstruction. And
I mean, not that far.
that's like for people who have like a under or overbite, where they gotta like break the
Exactly.
jaw and bring it
Yeah.
forward. Yeah.
head
That's
transplant.
crazy surgery.
Yeah.
Transplant, yeah.
Like with tooth removal though, if you have it real bad, you can go to the emergency department at our local hospitals, and it'll be regarded as a medical emergency, and they will remove your teeth. But that's like the only dental thing that hospitals will do without.
But that's the
referral
thing
from
with
a
the
dental.
dentist is that like that's the last thing we want to do.
Yeah.
Our main goal is to like keep the integrity of the tooth
Mm.
and like try and keep the tooth.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's an emergency and that sucker needs to come out, then I
Yeah.
guess it needs to come out.
But yeah, it does suck. I was kind of hoping that Canada was like different to us, that they actually included like basic dental, because I don't know why they don't do it. They charge enough. You'd think that they would be able to cover it.
I think
Dentists charge so much.
Yeah.
So much.
So,
but the thing is that dental offices, like to keep them up and running, truly is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Like it genuinely is really expensive.
They charge the same price as medical, but without the benefits of medical, because like medical's usually like subsidized heavily with either investors or something else. With dentists, no one invests in dental.
Yeah,
it's not as money, which doesn't make sense, because it's the same thing as medical. Like I don't get it. Like,
what's so expensive about maintaining a dental clinic?
So the material we use, like for example, when you're filling a tooth, so you like dig out all the decay and you're left with the nice clean little pit in the tooth. There's something that we have to put in the tooth that's called bond, which is basically like a glue for the composite or like the filling of the tooth.
Right.
Just for example, a bottle of bond is about this big, and you need 1 drop per tooth. 1 drop costs approximately $20. One drop of bond.
What is this stuff made
costs
of?
about 20. I don't know. And then like think about the composite or like the filling that goes inside the tooth. Like that is a couple $100 for like a package of it. Like it's ridiculously expensive. I don't know why, but it's mostly like the materials that we use that cost the most.
I bet you it's expensive, not because of the cost of making it, but because it's patented and it's probably like owned by a conglomerate, that whole power of it.
Yeah.
I bet it'd be just something.
There's so many different brands though. Like they have literal dental conventions where it's like all these different companies selling the exact same thing, and the goal is just to find the best deal. Like
it can't be.
Okay.
I can't see it, because like think it would probably be the same, like similar sort of stuff that like a lot of surgical, that composite stuff they use in the bones to like mend the bones together.
Yeah.
Like if it's a real bad break, though, like instead of using the screws and the rods and stuff like that, sometimes if it's like a minor crack, they'll use this composite to try and sort of hold it together to make sure it doesn't.
They use like powdered bone. Like we use powdered bone for like implants and stuff. It's literally bone that's like dried up and into a powder, and then like you pack it in and it hardens to bone.
Yeah.
Like we use that in dental as well. Mm-hmm.
I can see that being.
Do you use super glue?
Do we what?
Do you use super glue at all?
I mean, kind of.
Kind of.
A version of it.
Go down to your local shops and pick up a bottle of super glue.
Super glue, yeah. Just stick a crown on with super glue.
On your way back, dig up some clay. We'll use that for the filling as well. Just a little bit of white clay. Bring that back on your way.
I mean, that would save us a lot of money. That would save us a lot of money.
Have you ever like gotten a gnarly cut and you're like, I don't want to like. It probably needs stitches, but I know they're gonna glue it, and I just couldn't be bothered going to the hospital and waiting. I'll just super glue it. Have you ever done that?
I haven't, but there was an instance where I probably should have.
Yeah.
I like cut my leg really bad, and we were like 3 hours away from home, and I was like, oh, this is deep. Like, this is not good. So
Ooh.
I just held it together with my hands. For the 3 hours, I just like pinched my thigh together for like 3 hours. And then it ended up clotting and it was fine. But I probably should have glued it together.
I did it on my finger once. And
Super glue?
yeah, super glue. But I had biodegradable super glue, which is exactly what they use in surgical.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is biodegradable super glue. And I had it,
Mhm.
I can't remember what I was using it for originally, but I can't remember. But anyway, it was biodegradable. So I used that and I'm just like, and I didn't even like get it's not even really a scar on it. Like you can't really see it at all. Like there.
I say you did a good job then.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong field.
I know I should have been a plastic surgeon and get paid big bucks.
No, not even plastic surgeon. You're just in the medical ward, and you're not even a doctor. You're just in the medical ward saying super glue, sir.
Super glue?
Super glue?
Oh, you
Got
got
people on their way in. They've got like
I'll fix
massive
that, right?
gashes across their face. It's like super glue, sir. Would you like
Just
some
wear
super
some
glue?
scrubs.
It's like, excuse me, sir, can you please stop offering patients super glue? Even when they got a bowel issue. I'm like, I'll just super glue their bowel together. It'll be all right.
Yeah. Their leg is like off and like super glue, sir. Would you like some super glue?
Would you like me to reattach it for you? Oh god. That's really cool. So I take it the extra stuff of your title. So that means that you can obviously do a lot more steps than say just a standard dental assistant, which is usually bookings, handing the dentist their equipment and all that sort of stuff. Like you actually do
Correct.
procedures and stuff like that and trained.
Yes. Yes. So it's different in each state.
Yeah.
But the state that I'm in, so Utah, you don't even need any sort of education to be a dental assistant. They can train you on the job.
Oh, okay.
Whereas where I'm from, and the province that I lived in specifically, has the highest standard for dental assistants in all of North America. So I did it's an equivalent to an associate's degree of dental assisting.
Yeah.
And it was intense, and it was a lot of knowledge, and yeah, we're taught a little bit more. So like how I explain what I do is I have the qualifications in the job. Like I'm a little bit more than a dental assistant, but I'm a little less than a hygienist. I'm like right in the middle between a hygienist and a dental assistant. I also took extra certificates to do extra things, so like oral surgery. I did that here, and then I worked in orthodontics for a really long time, so like braces. So I can do those things, whereas assistants here, I also learned how to scale, so like taking tartar and calculus off of the teeth.
Oh yeah, oh those are satisfying.
We can, yeah, right. Like we can do that here, just on the tooth, but I know how to do it a little bit under the gums. Not all the way like a hygienist, but like just a little bit under the gums. Whereas the girls here can't and aren't allowed to do that.
All right.
So when I got my first job here and I was just cleaning my patient's teeth, the assistant who was like training me at this new office was like, "What are you doing? You can't do that. Stop, stop, stop." And I was like, "What? Like what am I doing?" She's like, "You can't scale under the gingiva." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." Like I had no idea that they couldn't do that here, because that's just something that is routine in Alberta, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I can do a little bit more. Technically, no. So I don't, because like I don't want to get in trouble. So no, but sometimes my dentist is like, "You can get in there a little bit extra," and I'm just like,
surprising that they don't let you do it because you are trained.
Yeah, it's just because of like the legalities of it all. Dental assistants here can't. And it's tricky because like I have my certificate and I have my diploma and I have all of these things that show that I'm super qualified. But since dental assistants here can't, I can't. But like I said, my dentists do call me over and they're like, "Hey, you can give this patient a little bit of an extra clean," and I'm like, "Okay, I can do that."
That would have been a culture shocker. But like, what are these people's gums made of? Why is that?
No, literally,
are they not human?
How come you never went down the route of becoming a dentist? I mean, obviously,
so
your mum as well. But that
yeah.
yeah.
I would love to. It is actually my goal to go to dental school because I would love to be a dentist. I think it'd be so cool. But like you said, I am a mom, so that is like my priority right now is
Right.
raising my kids, and I would like to have more kids eventually. So I think right now the plan is to just like have my babies, and then probably in like my late 30s, early 40s, I'll go to dental school.
Yeah, you can still have
and just be like an older dentist.
You still have a 20-year
Yeah.
career when you start at 40.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
And I think it would
you've got
help a
experience
lot.
as well. Yeah.
And the knowledge and like, you know, I have the advantage of I know how to count teeth because like teeth are numbered.
Yeah.
Like I know how to count teeth. I know, you know, signs of infection, and I know what a cavity looks like on an X-ray. I know what an abscess looks like on an X-ray. I know how to read X-rays.
Yeah.
Like I'm not allowed to diagnose, but I can look at an X-ray and know it's wrong. You know?
Yeah. That's cool though. I really do hope that you get to achieve that goal, because it'd be really good as well for your kids, because you know they see you there for them all through their life, and then you know they're a little bit older now, so obviously you can pursue your dreams, and then they get to see you be an example of like, okay, I wasn't able to do it while I'm earlier, but I'm still going to follow my dreams and my passion, and then like make it come true, which I think is always like,
that's
really
the
good.
goal.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
You're also going to be like that. You know how like mums who are teachers, and you know the kids come home, and then the mum's like, "Have you done your homework?" You would be more along the lines of, "Have you brushed your teeth?"
Have you brushed your teeth? No, literally. Like I've been brushing my daughter's teeth before she even like had teeth. Like even when she just had gums, I would take a wet washcloth and just like wipe her gums, which is what you're technically supposed to do, actually.
Right.
Fun fact. But yeah, no, I'm a little obsessive about it because I'm just so scared. Because I do work in general anesthesia, it breaks my heart when I see, like, literally yesterday there was a girl the same age as my daughter, so 18 months old, knocked out, getting full crowns on her 8 teeth that she had, and it just breaks your heart when you see that. It's awful. It's so terrible, and it's like I do not want that to be my child, so I will do whatever it takes to make sure that is not my child.
Is that just neglect, or is that milk teeth?
So yeah, milk rot. It can also be something called hypoplasia. So the enamel in utero, just like when the baby was literally being formed in utero, the enamel did not form properly, and so the teeth will grow misshapen and with like no enamel and really soft and discolored, and like the teeth will basically like just crumble in these kids' mouths, which is really sad. But when it's that is common, but it's more so milk rot and just not having their teeth be brushed.
So my cousins, they all lost their teeth when they were little because anyway, let's just say poor hygiene, but they lost their teeth because they were drinking like soft drink when they were like babies and never brushed. Never brushed. So they lost all
that'll
their teeth.
do it. And that's another thing. Yeah, juice, like lots of juice, lots of crackers, like so. It's funny. I always say, like, people are like, "Oh my gosh, like gummies are so bad for your teeth. Gummies are so bad for your teeth." And I'm like, actually, you're feeding your kid like goldfish crackers, and that's actually worse for their teeth than gummy candies are. Because crackers and things like that get stuck really bad in the grooves of your teeth, whereas gummies don't really. They just kind of, you can chew them and there's really nothing left in your teeth. Whereas like crackers get stuck in the pits and fissures of your teeth, and it's really hard to brush out.
Yeah, far out. Is soft drink banned in your home?
No, I love pop. I love pop. I got a Coke right here.
Pop is soft drink,
soda.
Oh, okay.
And soda is soft drink.
Okay,
is that what you guys call it? Soft drink?
Yeah, it's soft drink.
Yeah.
That's so funny. No, I call it pop, and Americans call it soda. So there you go.
I drink. I hate water. Like tap water sucks here, but I drink Pepsi Max. That's my go-to.
So this is the thing. Here's another fun little fact for you. If you are going to drink soda, it's better to drink. And this sounds so crazy. all soda is like technically just like really, really bad for you.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
really should be drinking it.
Yeah.
That's besides that. If you're gonna drink soda, full regular sugar soda is better for your teeth than diet soda.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not even
Yes.
remotely surprised about that at this point. It's sort of like
Yes.
I'm starting to notice a bit of a pattern here.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose
Yeah,
you can
like,
use sugar to clean as well, like sugar
Mm.
water and all that sort of stuff. People use for cleaning
Your
drains and
your body knows what to do with sugar. Your body does not know what to do with aspartame or any of those like synthetic sweeteners, you
Yeah.
know? Your body knows what to do with sugar, so you're able to get rid of it with by brushing or water or digestion, whatever.
Mm.
Your body does not do that with diet soda. So if you're
Yeah.
gonna drink pop, just drink regular pop and brush your teeth after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do try and brush my teeth as often as possible because
Very
I don't
good.
see dentists. I obviously don't. I don't have. I have to look after them, otherwise I will lose them. But yeah, so that's really really interesting.
Mhm.
Now we were talking about computer stuff before.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I love computers.
gaming. So have you always gamed on PC? Or have you gamed
No.
on both?
So my older sister, the streamer
Yeah.
one, she got an Xbox.
Yeah.
And we would always play on Xbox. And then we also had a PlayStation. And the only game that I remember playing on PlayStation that I really enjoyed was the little, what is it called, with the little sack people?
Oh,
Little Big Planet?
Yeah.
I love that game. I
Yeah.
love that game. And the games that we would play on Xbox was Halo.
Oh yeah.
It means
Terrible at Halo.
so
Yeah.
much.
Absolutely terrible at Halo.
Have you
I
played
would
Curse?
literally played what?
Have you played Curse Halo yet?
No.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Oh, Spliffy, you know what we're gonna have to do now?
Yeah, we're gonna have to one day we'll have to invite Goob to play.
We're gonna invite you to play a round of Cursed Halo.
Yeah,
we can have.
it's
It'd be so bad. You guys don't
Oh,
understand.
no.
I would
No,
literally
no, no, no,
stand
no,
in one
It's
spot
not.
and just pull the trigger and
Okay,
just run
okay.
around in a circle so
Curse-
that
You'd be
I didn't
perfect.
die.
You'd fit right in.
You'll be perfect. Curse Halo. Okay, Curse Halo is a mod that is in the name. It's cursed, which means it is not normal Halo. So, like, you throw a frag grenade and you have a chance of it being guns spawning in, a vehicle, or just an armada of explosions in your face.
Oh gosh.
You have like rocket grenades where you can like stick them to enemies and then just go flying off into the abyss. Like it is, and you pick up a gun and you shoot and it shoots yourself in the face. Like,
What?
yeah,
It's ridiculous.
It's so fun.
So you're saying like everybody's like kind of bad because you
It's
just
desi-
get whatever
it's-
the game throws
It's
at you.
designed to make everyone bad.
Yeah, it's designed
Okay.
for fun.
I can deal with that. I
Yeah.
can do that.
It's so fun.
There is one gun in Halo 1, Cursed Halo 1, where if you shoot it, it crashes the game.
Yeah,
It's like its whole purpose.
it's called Control Alt Delete.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, you should definitely play that. Have you got Master Chief Collection on Steam?
No, I
Ah.
literally have not played Halo since I was like probably like 12. Like it's been a long time.
If you ever get it when it's on special, we'll play Cursed Halo with you.
Okay, okay.
It is a lot of fun.
You have a ball.
Yeah, we couldn't stop laughing the entire time
It
we
was
were,
just,
we were playing it.
It was just so funny. I could probably play. Nah, I'm not going to show it on stream because it's just too chaotic.
Yeah.
It's just too chaotic. But yeah, no, it's super duper fun.
Because Hunter and I are big Halo nerds.
Yeah, I grew up on Halo. My brothers
Same.
struggled playing it like on the old Xbox original days. And because I grew up, so the first game when I was a kid, the first games that were out were the Super Nintendo, and the Sega. I can't remember what Sega was. I knew someone had a Dreamcast as well, but anyway, and then the Nintendo 64 came out, And then a little bit after, obviously, the first PlayStation and the first Xbox and the GameCube came out. And then my brothers, because they're a lot older than I am, they're like 8, 9 years older than me. They got the first Xbox. They lined up at Kmart, got it, and then played Halo. And they got so frustrated with playing it, and then they gave it to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like blitzing through it. I loved it. And so I've been an advocate. Bungie, Halo enthusiast.
yeah.
Bungie. I hate 343 with a passion. I'm glad they're dying.
Yeah, they've done such a poor job with the IP. It's been so disappointing.
They literally got something written for them, and they're like, Disney, they stuffed it up.
They were literally given a head start, and they still came in last.
They ruined it. But anyway, so like, yeah, I play it all the time, even to this day. It's like Skyrim. Like every now and then, I'll just start playing Skyrim again.
I like Skyrim. That's a game that I enjoy.
So fun.
Because you can just run around and just like.
Yeah.
I like low key games where it's like there's no really like real high stakes.
Yeah.
That's why I think I like Minecraft so much, because I can literally just piddle around and make a house and like not have people yell at me for doing bad, you know?
It's weird when like Minecraft first came out. I was in year 10 in high school when Minecraft first came out. And like one of my friends was playing it and I'm like, what the hell is this stupid thing? He's like, what do you mean? He's like got his old laptop out and he's just like hitting the blocks and stuff like that. And this is like the first edition, so this is like the alpha.
Like the beta.
No, the alpha like release.
Oh.
Yeah, the first. Yeah. Like
that was like 2009 then?
Yeah, 2009. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was in it was then 2009 year 10 and like I'm just like what is this crap? Like 15-year-old me just looking at this is stupid. And he's like, it's so awesome. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get on my 1998 Operation Flashpoint game. And I'm like sitting there on my computer next to him playing that. He's like, what are you doing that for? I'm like, this is awesome. I can make missions and like milsims and stuff like that. And he's like, that's gay. And I'm just like, no, it's not. That was the wording that everything back then, by the way. So that was in context.
Oh, yeah. No. You're good. All the time.
It was what everyone used to say back then.
Yeah.
That's why I like that new
so
Eminem
true.
release with Houdini. Like I used to wonder what Slim Shady used to say. Come on, have you not seen it?
No.
You haven't. Wait, are you Eminem fan at all?
Am I a rap fan at all? Period.
The period?
Probably not. Sorry.
No, that's fair enough.
I mean, I'll listen to it. Like okay, that's so a lie. I love Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I love old Kanye, like old Kanye.
Yeah.
I like Chance. I like Kendrick.
Yeah.
I never listened to Eminem because like when Eminem was really really popular, I was only in like elementary school.
Yeah, fair enough.
Exposing my age there a little bit, but
don't worry, we're all in that sort of same category.
Yeah, so the latest Eminem album is about like the cancel culture trying to cancel him for stuff he said back, like, you know, I just said then at that time.
That time it didn't matter.
It didn't matter because it was used in the context of like that's stupid, like that was what it means.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden it means obviously something different, and then people were
That's so dumb.
Yeah, exactly. So
like
that's what
it's a different time.
Exactly. Yeah.
What
is normal back then is not normal now, and like trying to hide it and then like have a go at people for doing it. Because the annoying thing that used to annoy me with that is people nowadays still acted the same as everyone else back then. So I don't understand the high horse. But anyway.
So true. It's just the world we live in now.
But so back to the computer stuff. Have you ever built your computer or tried to build a computer?
No, so I want to though. So my uncle does it for fun. He builds crazy computers for fun. But now that I'm not living there anymore, I'm like, where am I gonna how am I gonna build a computer? Because that's like because right now I just use my I have a gaming laptop that I use for everything, which works really good. Like it's really nice, but I want a PC. Like I want like a really nice PC. Do I know anything about it? No. That's what my uncle was for.
It's easy to learn,
but
though.
I'll make something work. Is it?
Yeah, it's not hard at all these days. It used to be way harder.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's easy, isn't it, Spliffy? Because Spliffy's built his computer.
Spliffy is taking a break.
I didn't realize that. Oh yeah. I see.
That,
I see that. So this is bringing up to what I posted earlier in the chat. So I've been helping Ray out with her computer build. So this is her setup here. So that's the computer. That computer's was originally bought from a guy that I used to work with, and that computer's in a completely different crappy case. And then I bought that case for Ray. It's got an air cooler on it, and then it's got a power supply that came with it. It's pretty cheap for the whole deal. And we are currently building Ray's. As you can see, that's her streaming, and then she's got a drawing tablet and whatnot set up. And then this is a computer that her friend sent. So the only thing Ray had to buy was a motherboard and hard drives and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to completely finish the build because we're just missing a few components that we need to order in.
A few key components.
Yeah,
which
key
seems to be
components
many of them, really.
Yeah. But like it's easy. Like it used to be a lot harder because the plugs and they used to be a lot more delicate, and I think nowadays like computer components are made with a lot more rigidity than they used to. Like,
oh yeah,
you have to really put force in the wrong direction to break things now. So it's not as bad, and like the whole days of like, oh, you can fry a computer from static electricity is kind of like not really there anymore.
I've never had that happen to me.
Nah. It's not really there. Even like spilling water on your computer, like a lot of the time if you spill water on your computer, as long as you turn it off and just let it dry, it'll be fine. Some people have even put their motherboards in the dishwashing machine to clean it.
What?
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
I wouldn't recommend it, but a lot of people do, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But let me just stick this in the dishwasher. I could just if I can wash something and eat off of it, it should be good enough for the computer.
Yeah, they don't use obviously dishwashing liquid or anything like that in it, but they wash it on a standard cycle. I wouldn't.
Dishwashers are so dirty though.
Yeah,
like they're so dirty.
Yeah.
Unless you like clean it every other use, they're so dirty. Like
I hand
the
wash
water.
everything.
Yes. No.
Yep.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it because it's more the heat from the steam melting the solders, like the soldering points. That's why I wouldn't recommend it because steam gets pretty hot. So, and solder doesn't take much to melt, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. But,
tin, lead, solder takes it. I usually set my soldering iron to about 400 degrees to melt that stuff.
Yeah, steam is pretty hot.
Super steamy.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend it. But I do know people who have done it to clean their motherboards when they got.
That's wild.
Yeah, especially if they spilled like Coke or something like. I don't know how can you spill Coke on your PC case. I don't get it. I don't
know.
But same with keyboards as well. Some people like take all the keys off and then put the keyboard in the dishwashing machine. I don't know why, but
actually we did that at a dental office I worked at. We would buy like dishwasher safe keyboards and we would put them in the dishwasher because like it gets gross, like with spit and tooth decay and
But it's
we would put our keyboards.
So that's fair.
It was, yes, yeah. They were like, they literally said on the bottom, like, dishwasher safe. And I was like, that is weird to see on the bottom of the keyboard.
Actually, hang on. Is mine?
So, if you're, so animals, right? So you don't mind snakes because we're talking.
I love snakes. Yeah, I love snakes.
You don't like spiders, which is fair enough. A lot of people don't.
At all.
Is that same with all creepy crawly like insects, or is that just spiders and like say centipedes? Because centipedes are horrible. I hate them.
I would rather deal with a centipede than a spider.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Any day. Any day. There was centipedes in Hawaii that were like, if you got bit by them, you had to go to the hospital. Like that was the only thing in Hawaii that was like bad. And yeah, I would take those suckers any day. And you couldn't kill them because if you killed it, it would like release like a pheromone or something that would attract other centipedes. So
Oh.
whenever we found one in the house, we would like put it on a shovel and like put it out into the street and then smash it. And then yeah, you would come home like later that night. There'd be like tens, like so many centipedes. Just just gross. Anyways, but yeah, I would take that over a spider any day. I'm getting better with other bugs.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my daughter to be scared of bugs like I was. So every time like we see a bug, we stop and we like look at it and we pick it up. And so I think because of my daughter, I've actually gotten a lot better with bugs in general.
That's cool. Because I'm not scared of spiders or anything like that. Like, I'll pick them up. I have lots of photos of me picking up like some of the big trapdoor spiders and stuff like that you get in the deserts. But I love like herping and stuff, like going out chasing piranhas and snakes and stuff like that. I love doing that.
No, I love snakes.
Yeah.
I love snakes. We had a snake in my biology class in high school. Her name was Rosie, and we were allowed to like handle her, and she would only let like certain people hold her.
Yeah.
And literally every exam, I would take her out of her little tank, and she would slither up like one side of my sleeve and then like go around my neck and just like sit in like the warmth of my hoodie.
Yeah.
And I would just sit and do schoolwork, and she would just like, or like she would coil up in the arm of one of my sweaters. I loved her. She was so
Just
lovely.
chilling out, relaxing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. She was just getting all nice and warm in my, I loved her.
Yeah, my snake lives
People thought I was crazy.
Excuse the mess, but
have you met Hunter?
Yeah, that's Nagini's tank in there. So we made all that.
And I love the name Nagini. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Yeah. That back wall, her hide, all that me and Ray made ourselves. So that was
wow.
We did all that ourselves by hand.
What a happy snake.
Yeah. She's
you got a new light bulb.
7'3", so she's pretty big.
Oh, she's huge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's big. She's a big snake.
Wow.
Because she shed the other day, and we got her shed out and measured it. Yeah, she's about 7'3".
Mm-hmm.
She's massive.
Jeez Louise.
She's full size now.
Big old girl.
Yeah, she will get
And what breed is she again?
She's a diamond python. So her phenotype is high yellow, so she's a lot more brightly yellow and gets fluorescent yellowing colors in the sunlight as well. So she'll kind of go really shiny and stuff in the sunlight. She's pretty placid, but she doesn't like to be handled that much. So I don't really handle her too much anymore because it just stresses out too much.
Mm-hmm.
She just sits there hissing and carrying on. She doesn't really bite, but she only tries to bite me when she's hungry, thinking my hand's food. So
yeah.
They hurt. Diamond pythons hurt a lot when they bite. They got a lot of big teeth.
Ugh.
But
I've never been bitten by a snake, and I don't want to be bitten by a snake.
It's not that bad. Like when she was younger, she bit me once. It was my fault. She was in the middle of a shed cycle, and I got her out when I should have probably just left her be. And she bit me as I was putting her back in the tank. It's kind of a weird feeling. It doesn't hurt. It kind of feels like tiny little needles going into your hand, but they're so thin that it doesn't hurt. Now, like if she was to bite me now, it would hurt a lot, and I'll bleed shitloads. Because that's the thing with snakes. Snakes are like cool because when they bite you, you don't have to worry about infections. You will not get infections from snake bites because snakes'
I didn't know that.
Saliva is anticoagulant, so you would just bleed a lot, which is really good because it means your wounds are continuously getting flushed out with fresh blood, which means that you don't get infections. So snake bites are really good. Versus lizard bites. Lizard bites, you got to be careful, especially if you get bitten by a piranha because they're venomous. So, if you get bitten by any monitor species of piranha, you need to go to the hospital. Plus, they make a mess because they bite and they like thrash around and stuff like that. They're hard to catch in the wild. You got to really. They make you bloody work for it.
You really
bastards.
go for them.
Yeah, you gotta fucking go for. You gotta run. You gotta really run and catch those fuckers. And then you gotta make sure when you grab them, you gotta grab them so they don't either rip you in the face with their tail, rip you to shreds with their claws, or bite the shit out of you. So it's
Oh.
they're fun.
Oh my gosh. It seems
I
like
love
everything in
it.
Australia just wants to kill you. That's what it
Not
seems
really.
like.
Weirdly enough, I feel like there's more things in Canada and
Oh, yeah.
America that would kill you, like bears and wolves.
Moose.
And I'm not sure about
Bears aren't that bad. Bears really, like, if you just kind of leave them be, like, they'll just kind of leave you alone. Moose will only come at you if you come at them. Same with bison.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be terrifying.
But okay, so I went to Yellowstone, which
Yeah.
is
tell me about
incredible, by the
Yellowstone.
way.
Tell me about Yellowstone. I love
Oh,
Yellowstone. I
it
really
was
want to go to Yellowstone.
absolutely gorgeous. I have it literally looked like it was fake. I was like, this is like in a simulation because this can't be real. It was absolutely incredible. And we were on the road driving to like one of the lookouts, and we saw something that not a lot of people get to see. We were there at like peak like a bison migration, and we had no idea.
That's cool.
So it was so cool. And we were on this road, and there was a whole big herd crossing the road, which again, something that a lot of people don't get to see. And they were like coming like from behind us and then going in front of us kind of deal. So we got to see them. They literally, a huge male came and literally brushed up against our car. Like we had our windows down, and we were like we had to put them up because like their fur was coming into the car. Like they were so close. It was incredible, but also so scary. And then he like came right around the front, and I was like, nobody move, nobody speak, like just hang out. It was so incredible though. And we watched this whole herd migrate to the other side of the road, and it was amazing. And then the
Very cool.
Yellowstone was just gorgeous. We camped out there for a week. It was incredible.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
That would be
It was
so
amazing.
cool to go to Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yellowstone's one of those other places I really want to go to.
Bucket list place.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is I was talking earlier, the Blue Mountains. So this is a place I recommend if you come to Australia, come here. It's a beautiful place. Like look at the scenery of it.
That reminds me of home.
This is cool. This is the coal train. It's the world's steepest train. And
I've been on that one.
Yeah, it's so fun. But
Wow.
yeah, Blue Mountains. And
is it tropical?
No, it's temperate. So it's like
okay.
More like Canada weather, like it's a temperate sort of climate. It does get hot, but I would go like spring when that way all the animals out and through, because you get lyrebirds and stuff like that through there, which is awesome. If you see a wild lyrebird, you're very lucky. They're very rare. This thing here is cool. So that whole bottom is glass, and it's when you first step on it, it's like it's misty, and then they activate it, and then you can see straight through the glass down to the bottom of the canopy.
Oh, cool.
So it's beautiful. I love it.
Wow.
The waterfalls there are stunning.
Gotta add it to my bucket list.
Rapina Pound's also really cool. It's in South Australia. So this is Rapina Pound. This is beautiful as well. There's a lot of indigenous rock carvings. Actually, here's a picture of one right here. So you can see the indigenous rock carving in the corner there. And look at the scenery. Especially like if you go there and you do the plane tour, like that plane, I've been in that plane doing that tour where you fly around.
That red rock looks just like southern Utah.
It's stunning.
Yeah,
like Zion National Park is incredible. It looks just like that. Beautiful.
So this picture here looks like it's overlooking Rawnsley Park, which is like a station where you stay at. It's like caravan park, and you look, and that's the view you get. And you stand up on top of this hill that these people are standing up, and in the morning as the sun comes up, these rocks almost glow like that. It's just absolutely breathtaking.
Wow.
Yeah, well, there's lots of really cool places in the middle of Australia that I highly recommend anyone who visits to go and have a look. But I want to take Ray up there one day soon because she's never been, and then I can go hunting land mullets. They're like a big skink. They're just so fun. They're like really, really fast. They're just so fun to go.
Hard to hunt.
Well, not hunting like killing, like catching them, just like checking them out.
Oh, okay,
They're
okay,
a lizard.
okay.
No, I'm not mean like eating. I wouldn't eat them. But yeah, no, they're just fun. They're so fast. I remember once I was chasing a land mullet through there, and then underneath it, like I lifted up this big rock, and underneath was the land mullet, a painted dragon, a scorpion, a gecko,
Oh, I don't like scorpions.
and a centipede. And I'm like, oh, and a copperhead snake as well. So like a venomous snake.
Oh yeah, beauty.
Copperhead snake. So like all these animals just under this rotten rock, and I'm looking underneath, and I'm like, this is really lucky. Like I got all these cool things in one spot. And then so I'm looking at them all, and I'm just like, I didn't even want to disturb them that much. Really, I just was admiring that they were just sort of living here in harmony. Next minute, the scorpion just grabs the centipede by their head, and then like grabs a rock and just pulls this little rock over itself to cover it. And then I just like, okay, I'm just gonna leave these guys alone.
Gonna go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Let them do their
away.
thing.
Then I just go looking for more like snakes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I love snakes. Brown snakes are fun.
I saw my first ever rattlesnake actually just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was out on a hike, and we were just like walking back from this hike, and then I heard it before. It was so scary. I was like, I heard it, and I looked down. Like it's so funny how in moments like that your brain switches to like I want to be like primitive, but like it literally like my brain knew exactly where to look to find it. And I looked over, and I was like, and it was like coiled up, and my leg was like 2 feet from it. Yeah. I ran. I was so scared. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I like walked back to like look at it, and it was beautiful, and it was so scary, and it was still just like rattling, and I was like, okay, buddy, like have a great day. I'll see you later. I'll leave you be. And yeah, he like slithered off into the grass, but I was like, I'd never seen a rattle in real life before, so that was scary, but so cool.
So my mate that I bought Nagini from, he works at a place in Australia. I'm not going to say where, but they supply the world's anti-venom and the world's leading in venom research, and they have rattlesnakes. So he handles cobras, black mambas, gaboons, all the big ones.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, he handles
like the
all
scary ones.
Yeah. Well, actually, Australian snakes are more scary ones, but I think Australian ones are more likely to bite you than the others. I'm just trying to.
That would not be fun.
I'll show you. I can't put it on the stream, unfortunately, but you can. See if I can. So these are all the snakes at his.
Do you actually have a favorite animal? Now that I think about it, Goob.
Me?
Yes.
Monkeys.
Monkeys? Oh, that's right. You did this.
Yeah, I love monkeys. I love gorillas. I just love monkeys. I always have since I was a little girl, and I like cheetahs too.
Ah, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
I also really adore lizards. I like bearded dragons. I love lizards too.
I've just put it in the chat so you can see all the pictures of the snakes he's got. They're in his bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
So
they're just chilling in his bedroom. That's wild.
Well, yeah. They're in their own bedroom, but yeah. And they're all venomous. Like that big one.
Oh, little lizards.
That big one, there's a eastern brown snake, which is the second world's most deadliest snake in the world. Next to the inland taipan. You're more likely to get bitten by a brown snake than any other snakes in the world, to be honest. They're just very common. Very that one's crazy. like after he got it out, and I'll show the viewers what an eastern brown snake looks like. After he got it out and he was showing me and all that sort of stuff. No, I don't want to use my location. Go away with your pop-ups. We put it away, and we're just standing there having a chat, having a chin rag about stuff, and we just hears whack, 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 like, and we just look down, and this snake is like in this position, just staring us down, just wanting to absolute murder us. And then he just looks down and goes, he's like, "Shut up, you crazy fucking snake."
Just unfazed.
Just like, yeah,
That's crazy.
Absolutely just wanted to murder us. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I you know, I like snakes and reptiles and stuff, and like the other day was me and Ray's 7-year anniversary. So Ray got me all these
Oh,
cool stuff.
congrats! That's so sweet.
So that's cicada, and then the little butterfly moth thing. And she made me a card herself, so
Aw.
she painted all that. And
That's so sweet.
That's snake
7 years is such a
vertebrae.
long time.
Yeah, been in there for a while now. And she got me cool. This is a prehistoric fossilized egg from a marine creature in like the Jurassic sort of era.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And then some abalone, and it's like a carved koala made out of some stone. Some winged feathers stuff and whatnot. Yeah, I love like this sort of stuff. Like I collect also, so I have a Spinosaurus tooth.
Oh, what?
You've seen Jurassic Park 3?
I think so, but I couldn't remember like
There's a
what
giant
happened.
dinosaur with a
Yeah.
sail on it. Like it kills a T-Rex. Yeah. This is the tooth of one.
Yeah. No way.
So that's the Spinosaurus's tooth. It's real.
Oh my
by
gosh.
The way. Yeah.
That's insane. How do you just like have that randomly? Like
I
that's
bought it-
crazy.
I bought it at a fair.
No way.
Yeah, I love fossils and stuff like that. As a kid, I used to like because I grew up in a suburb area, but I went to school to like a very old school that only had like a class of like 100 in the whole the whole school had 100 kids. And
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I moved from a bigger school because it was like bullying was real bad and whatnot, but.
Dead Yeti.
Yeah, you're not
Would
wrong
be
about
very
that
cooked
one.
if the dinosaurs
Yeah.
were still around.
Although I would be in my element. I'd love it. I'll tame them. Like,
You'd be the guy trying to like ride a dinosaur.
I
Put a
would
saddle on
I
it.
wouldn't be trying. I would be.
Oh.
There's a will, there's a way.
I'm just picturing. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that TikTok? I don't know if you would have. Like, it's like this. There's a cow in the road, and it's like causing havoc. And there's this lady who's filming, who's like, shh, shh, to the cow, trying to like tame the cow, and the cow comes like up to her, and it looks like it's about to like snuggle up to her hand, and instead it just like plows her over. That's what I imagine you happening with like the dinosaur. Like you're trying to tame the dinosaurs, and you're just getting plowed by a dinosaur.
This is like you go to an angry animal, and it's like, what has caused all this frustration
Well,
within
the way
you?
I look at it, see, dinosaurs are like birds, right? So they're a bird. Like,
Yep.
they're the pre version of a bird. So I would just tame them like I tame birds. Friendship and companionship and reward based like interactions. That's how I would do it. I would make them my little friends, like I do with magpies. You know? Like I'd have them just like coming to my door and just like chilling with me.
I honestly, birds scare me. Birds are so unpredictable. Like I don't really like birds. Ow. They're just so spastic.
Chickens run like dinosaurs because they're modern dinosaurs.
Which is so weird to think about.
God, that is such a kick in the face in terms of evolutionary success.
Yep.
I don't know. Like when you think of birds and you think what they can do and like how efficient they are on everything, I think dinosaurs they clearly weren't that great because they're gone now. They're extinct. So the fact that birds have evolved to be the triumph, you would have to think that obviously the way they turned out is better than the dinosaurs because they're here now and the dinosaurs are dead. So you know.
True.
I just
That's
think
true.
dinosaurs.
Except
I've never
crocodile.
thought about it like that.
Crocodile's not a dinosaur anyway; it's a reptile.
And the alligator, they don't need to fly.
Nah, they just sit and wait. I can't get over how big saltwater crocodiles are. Have you ever seen one like in a zoo? Have you got them in them states?
Yeah.
Anywhere?
No, I don't think I've only ever seen a crocodile, and they're like the biggest ones. The biggest one I've seen is like 5 feet. That's the biggest. Like, I haven't seen an alligator. I've only seen a crocodile that's like 5 feet. Or was it an alligator? It was one of the two, but it was only like 5 feet. That's the biggest one I've ever seen, and I think it was in a zoo.
Yeah, they because the saltwater crocodiles are like the world's largest.
They're just. I've seen pictures. Their heads are like massive.
Yeah,
they look like dinosaurs on them.
An alligator. Put it into perspective. An alligator's from snout to like the back of the shoulder would be like the size of a full-grown salty's head. That's how big they are. They are.
That's huge.
They like when you see a crocodile like a salty. Like I've seen salties. I've been shown like some friends that like live up north in like crocodile regions. I've seen videos of them grabbing cattle, and like they make the cows look small when they grab
That's
them.
terrifying because cows are huge. I worked on a ranch, and cows are huge.
There was a 17-foot croc that grabbed this bloke's cow, and it threw the cow like it was nothing. Like,
that's terrifying.
Because I don't know what happened, but like, so he was recording, watching the cattle because he must have knew what was going to happen. I don't know why he was sitting there recording, but I suspect he knew something was going to happen, and so he started recording, and the herd of cows were coming to the water's edge to drink, and you could see the head of the croc, and there was a whole heap of other crocs as well. And as the croc like lunged out and grabbed the cow's head, which like engulfed its whole head in its mouth. And something happened because normally, like, what happens is they'll grab, pull in, and then a death roll. But this time, like, something grabbed it. It must have spooked it, and so like it flung its head like that direction, and the whole cow went flying through the air in that direction that it flung it in, and then it landed in the water, and then they just dinner time.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, like
last time the cow was ever seen.
And that was a 17-foot croc. That was a big boy.
17 feet is crazy.
Yeah, that's a big boy. And they can get up to like...
Steve Irwin would love it, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's the same size
Steve Irwin would just had it on its head.
That's the same size as Akko, his croc that he's got at the zoo. Which, that zoo's pretty cool if you don't really see Australian animals. When I went to Australia Zoo, like, I was very disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, because it's always they only have a handful of exotic animals there, and I wanted to see like rattlesnakes and shit like that, but they only really have Australian animals. And as you've heard the stories, I've been around all Australian. I was swum with sharks and all sorts of stuff, so it wasn't really anything new to me. I was this is like cool environment and cool enclosures, but like I was kind of bored.
I've swam with sharks, and it wasn't like because as you guys know, I lived in Hawaii, and so they have like shark tours where they like chum the water and like get this, which I think is so unethical. Anyways, chum the water and then like swim with sharks or whatever. But I didn't do that. I like swam with a shark accidentally, and I was so terrified. I was living on the military base, and there's a big old female, like 7-foot female tiger shark that lived, like she had her little home in one of the beaches on base, and they would literally have to shut down that beach for mating season because she would get so aggressive that she would like go after surfers and stuff. But I was out at that beach, and I wasn't surfing, I was just paddling, and she came right up to my board, scared. It was so terrifying. It literally so scary. And I was with like Chandler and some of his friends, and she like just kind of like did a little circle and then like left us alone. It was terrifying. It was so scary. She was huge but so pretty. Like tiger sharks are gorgeous.
Yeah, I'd much rather.
But it was terrifying.
I'd much rather swim with a tiger shark than a bull shark. Bull sharks are gnarly.
Oh, for sure. Or a great white. because great whites aren't super aggressive, but they're just really, really big.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't do it. I have a friend who does free swim with great whites. I went to uni with her. She swims snorkels with them. She'll like touch them and everything. I wouldn't.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's pretty badass. But
No.
I draw the line at great whites, and it's not because like I'm scared of them. I'm not scared of them. I don't need to be in that situation. You know, it's like, all right. Say for example,
Why would you put yourself?
Yeah, say for example, like I see a brown snake on the road. Okay, if it's in immediate danger, I'll get out of the car and I'll grab it and I'll move it off the road. But if it's not an immediate danger and it's like out in the middle of the bush, I'm not going to go just pick it up for the sake of it. I'll follow it and watch it and enjoy it, but I won't annoy it. I only sort of like handle animals if I have to. Lizards, they're fair game. I'll go catch them just because they're fun. But
I love lizards.
like I don't know, like I don't like putting myself or the animal in a stressful environment that doesn't need to be in that sort of situation. If I have to, I will, but if I don't, I won't. As for saltwaters actively hunting humans, yeah, they'll kill anything. Anything that's edible that's near the water's edge, they'll eat it. They'll eat sharks. They'll eat anything.
The crocodiles, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason.
So
what?
When I said that everything in Australia wants to kill you guys, and you guys said, "Oh no, hello, man-eating crocodiles.
Well,
that's scary."
They won't actively like go out of the water and chase you down and eat you. But if you are near the water's edge, hell yeah, they're gonna go. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
All they see is like a silhouette of an animal near the water's edge, and they're gonna come and get you.
So where can you even swim? Where can you even swim in Australia?
In top end Australia, so like Cairns, like where they live, which is top end Australia, so like Darwin and all that. You only swim in swimming pools or designated water holes that said that it's safe to swim. Do not swim in any entry of water that doesn't have a "you can swim there" sign. And if there has a "beware of crocodile" sign, well, actually no. Treat every fucking water estuary, ocean, or anything like that as potential of having crocodiles when you're up the top end of Australia. Do not go near the water's edge.
Terrifying.
Do not camp near the water's edge. If you do camp near water, camp a fair way up and make sure you have a fire going at the same time, because crocodiles generally don't go near campsites where there's fires.
Oh my gosh.
That's what the indigenous used to do around there. They used to have like multiple campfires around their camps, so that way the crocodiles don't come up in the camp.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just got to be smart. Don't be an idiot, because too many tourists come here and get eaten.
That's so scary. That's crazy.
Too many, like a lot of people get eaten by them a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, note to self: just don't go to Darwin. Don't go up there.
We can go there. Just don't.
Isn't?
Yeah, just got to be smart. Use common sense.
Stay in the hotel and just look at pictures of things.
But
that's wild.
But yeah, they're the only animals in Australia that would actively probably go if you give them the opportunity. And dingoes,
really giving me like shivers.
Dingoes are pretty good.
Aren't dingoes like it's like the hyena of Australia, or is that not?
No, they're just
like
a dog.
Maybe
like the coyotes of
that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
more like coyote of Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're
it's just like a little dog, and
yeah, because they're solitary. They don't really hunt in packs like wolves do, and they're opportunistic. They're easily spooked. So you just gotta. It's mainly children you gotta be careful of.
Oh,
is it a phrase or a song? A dingo stole my baby. I don't remember.
Yeah, when
it's either a catchphrase or a song that goes, "A dingo stole my baby."
Well, a dingo did steal her baby and did eat it. So
no.
Yeah, that actually happened. It was a massive thing in Australia because people thought that she actually murdered her baby, and like she went to prison and everything. Then, like a few years later,
but she didn't. It was
a dingo did grab her baby.
Yeah, she was framed by the dingo.
Yeah, the dingo did actually.
That poor woman.
Yeah.
Not only did she lose her child, but she also got accused of killing her child.
Rough.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yep.
That's awful.
It's bullshit, really. She didn't get any
Wow.
compensation for it whatsoever.
Poor
So it
lady.
was like, it was pretty fucked. And everyone
At least give her-
accused her as well, but it's like the chances of a
Oh,
dingo taking the baby is pretty high anyway. So,
which
Just,
is
you know,
crazy.
well,
Like, what situation would you have been in to have your baby? Like, were they camping or something and then got?
Just out in the bush, not paying
So
attention.
the baby was put
Oh.
down because it was only an infant. The baby was put down in the tent to sleep, and she got up and went to go do something else anyway. And she came back and saw a dingo had left her tent, and she went in the tent, and then the baby was gone. So she started
No!
like yelling. Dingo took my baby, and then a manhunt went. They couldn't find the baby, and then they just started accusing
No.
her and the husband of killing the baby. Then, like, it was a while after they found the baby's clothing at like a rock ledge where like a dingo obviously had dragged it up to, but they said she planted it there. Anyway, she ended up going to prison for like a long time.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
How did they eventually come to the conclusion that like she was
DNA.
innocent? Oh,
Yeah.
well, why didn't they do that freaking sooner
Because it's back
instead of letting her rot in jail?
It was back in the days where DNA wasn't really like a thing. Ray, there's nothing wrong with this
Oh my
topic. It's
God.
Australian history. It's really important. It's because it's a bad topic. But it's actually fascinating.
That's
You should watch
crazy.
a documentary on it. It's really
Is there? I will. I love
Yeah, there
documentaries.
is.
I will
Oh,
watch it
okay.
because
Yeah,
that's
she's on
so
there and everything.
sad.
It is, yeah.
That hurts my heart.
Oh,
It's
thanks
like,
for the follow,
yeah.
Dead Yeti. Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really sad.
That's my friend Yeti. That's my other Australian friend. That I was
Oh,
telling you
yeah,
guys
of course,
about.
Dead
Yeah,
Yeti.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when that happened, like the whole, because my parents used to tell me, because it was a little bit before I was born, that it happened, because it happened in the 80s, I think. And
my
they
gosh.
believed as well that she did it, but yeah, it did in the end come to light that was definitely not her. So yeah, it's a
That
little bit
poor
of
woman
Australian
got my
history.
heart.
Yeah,
Wow. I'm learning so much.
I'm surprised you didn't realize that, Spliffy.
Look, Australian history isn't really my strong. Oh, history in general isn't really my strong suit. The only strong suit I really have in history is probably like between the years 1919 to 1991 being the history of the Soviet Union and the Cold War.
Yeah,
That's like all I really find an interest in, I suppose, in history.
I like a lot of Australian history, but they don't teach it in schools, which kind of really sucks.
No, they don't. They absolutely don't.
I learned this in Air Force cadets because being Air Force cadets, you learn like military history and all that sort of stuff. So you learn more about Australian history in that period, like in doing something like that than you do like in schools. And I learned like about the Rum Rebellion, how like the government denied the military selling alcohol overseas for profit to like fund, the military. And so the military is like, you know what? Nah, not going to happen. And they ended up taking siege to our government and won. And then obviously that law was abolished. And then that's why to this day, alcohol in our defense forces is cheap and still a part of the culture of our military because it was literally built by alcohol.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Because they couldn't get money.
Our country is literally built on alcohol.
and yet they tax it so much, assholes.
Yeah, I know. I think they're trying. I think they're trying to phase it out some other way because like they've tried so many ways to just straight out ban alcohol, but it's never worked.
You would have a heart attack.
The military, it's like the alcohol is just such an integral part of the military, period, especially the infantry.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a huge part of it.
It has to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I worked
Has to be.
when I was living in Hawaii, I was working on the military base and I worked with Marines.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like such a. And even like right now, we're not even in war technically with anybody. But those kids, it's a rough time. and I'm not surprised that they drink. They also just party.
Yeah,
It's like the amount.
A friend of
What?
mine, fun story. So he and his family lived over here when I was like a teenager and was part of the Air Force Cadets, and I was in the Air Force Cadets with him, but obviously different squadrons or different area. So every time I go like NCO course or anything like that, like sergeant course or corporal course, I would like catch up with him, and he was a really nice guy. He now moved back to America, and he's now been in the Marines for like 3 years.
No way.
Yeah, so he's loving it. He's got like a wife now and everything. It's great.
Yeah.
To see him.
No, the Marine Corps is. I'm a little biased because that's where I worked, and that was the branch that Chandler is in, and I may be pretty biased, but it's those guys they're something else. It really is like a different. Just the whole vibe is completely different, even compared to Army or Air Force or Navy. Like the Marine Corps is crazy.
They're like the number one.
They're called devil dogs for a reason. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. They are. It goes like Air Force, Army, Navy, then Marine Corps. Like even literally with the food, like the produce truck would go to the Air Force base first, then the Army base, and the Navy base. Then they would come to the Marine Corps base and give like the food. Like we always got the worst of everything. Yet those guys, like if you're in a pinch, you want a Marine to come and help because the others aren't gonna be able to do it the way a Marine could.
Yeah,
they're called devil dogs for a reason.
One of our old friends that we met through Ray's friends, he's a ex-Marine vet, and some of the stories and stuff that he was telling us that he unfortunately did go through conflict and whatnot. So he went to war and whatnot, and I feel sorry for him compared to our troops. Like they had really the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
So, because I got a lot of friends that
are still they in the don't get like any of the good stuff.
Yeah. Because that's the.
So you were in the Air Force?
No. I was asked to. So I had a friend who was in charge of. It was pretty high up. And he recruited me to be a sniper. I said no because I wasn't allowed to basically have a life. Pretty much so I'll just disappear, and I wasn't allowed to be in contact with people, and I'll be gone for like a while.
The training would be crazy. The missions would be crazy.
Yeah, well, I was gonna skip. They wanted me to skip basic training and go straight into it, which was kind of not really. It was weird. I don't know why they were going to do that. So they were just going to throw me in the deep end and send me overseas and start doing sniper school training. So they weren't going to make me do the basic training, which was kind of weird. And I said no, and he was like, "You sure?" And he kept asking me over and over again. I just kept saying no. He's like, "But you're really fucking good and all that sort of shit." I'm just like, "Yeah, but I'd rather like become a scientist and like follow my passion." He's like, "Oh yeah, I can understand that." And I said, "Plus, I don't want to shit myself in the field, like."
It's definitely not glamorous.
No, it's not. You could be stuck out there on a mission for fucking days, sitting in the one spot, pissing and shitting yourself, like in a nappy. Like it's not. Nah.
In a hole. You gotta go dig a hole somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So I wasn't interested in that. Yeah, I would have been paid good money. I wouldn't be able to talk about a single thing that I did.
It would have been blood money.
I don't care about that, but like, yeah, like a job's a job to me. Like, I'm a bit weird like that, but anyway.
Yeah.
But it'd be more the fact that I wouldn't have a life. Like, I would be so isolated from everybody. The only people I'd know would be the military. And then by the time I'd retire out of it, which I would have retired now, actually. Yeah. If I was in it when I signed up, I would have been let out now. Because the way it works in Australia, so if they put you through a course, you have to do X amount of years on top. So then that way they get the money worth of the money they put into it. It's the same with a lot of places around the world. So sniper, if I was to become a sniper, I would have had to have done training for, I think it would have been 6 years of training, but that's also including on-field experience. So I would have been overseas, like out in the field. And then I would have had to stay in service for another 6 years or something like that, he said. So it would have been like 12 years or something like that. So around this time, I would have been allowed to go out. And at that point, I probably would have just climbed the ranks and ended up just making a career out of it anyway. But yeah.
At that point, yeah, you're so close to retirement at that point that you would just keep going.
Yeah, well, because otherwise it would be too hard to climatize back to like, what would I do? People go, what would your last job? I served in the military. What doing? Can't say it's classified. Sorry.
So, a lot of vets end up like either retiring out or like going to like be a police officer or firefighter or like one of those like one of those kind of jobs because that's all they know. Like
just
my dad, for example, my dad was in the army and he got out of the army and has been a police officer like his whole life. And like Chandler, he's trying to figure out like what to do now. He's like, what do I do? And he's debated going back in, but ultimately he was like, no, like I won't get to be with, like his daughter. He won't get to see her grow up if he were to go back in.
What about if he was like doing drill instruction or something like that? Because then at least you could stay in home base.
That's
was that they move you around a lot as
well.
But
the thing is with the Marine Corps is that like it's so like to be a drill instructor, like you only are a drill instructor for a max of like 8 years. And then you'll get put back into like like you get put back into your regular MOS. So he was infantry, so he'd go right back into an infantry unit and deployments and trainings. And like we were in Hawaii for 2 years. Of that 2 years, I saw him a total of maybe 6 months for 2 years. He was either deployed or training or doing something I wasn't allowed to know about, or like, it was intense. That was only Hawaii though. Like there's only a few places you could be stationed in the Marine Corps, like Hawaii, Japan, North Carolina, or California. And Hawaii was intense because you're always going to Japan, or he went to Australia, he went to Korea. Korea was scary.
I bet.
just crazy stuff. There was things like I didn't hear from him for weeks when he was in Korea, and then he would come back, and then I would see stuff on the news and be like, "Wait, that's where Chandler is." Like just crazy, scary stuff that I wouldn't have any idea about until after it had happened.
Yeah, right.
Wait, but what was I saying? I went on a tangent. I forget what I was saying.
You're talking about being in Hawaii, not seeing his daughter.
Oh yeah, the other stations aren't like that. Hawaii was just really intense. Like North Carolina, they would only deploy every like once every 2 years maybe. But yeah, it was intense.
That's crazy. Yeah, I
when I was in, sorry.
No, you go, Spliffy. You go.
When I was in year 10, I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind being an Air Force fighter pilot. I think in year 11, I learned I was actually quite bad at maths. So I sort of dropped that and just thought, no, I'm just going to become a musician, I think.
Which is so cool. What kind of music do you make?
I like making rock. I've been sort of writing an album that's sort of like hardcore metal songs.
Okay.
So that's just what I enjoy making, because I've been learning the C# harmonic minor scale, and I've been writing a lot of songs in that, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think it's just a lot of fun to play with, and it's got this certain tone to it that I really like.
That's so cool.
But yeah, that's what I enjoy. I play drums, bass, guitar. I bought a glockenspiel. I want to get myself a kalimba too. A kalimba seems like a lot of fun. And a kazoo. I also own a kazoo. And I built my own guitar as well. That was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I love music. I'm a big music fan.
I love music too. What's your favorite genre of music?
this is always a little bit of a shock to people just because I'm very much like a girly girl, like, ooh. But like, I am a very big fan of metal and punk.
Oh yeah.
I really,
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
I grew up religiously on Metallica.
Yeah.
Mm.
Smithy loves every karaoke. That's his warm up.
Yeah, I play Disposable Heroes as a warm up song.
I love that.
By the way, if when you want to upgrade, because you know we have the same headset.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you want to upgrade, I always plug these, but I would always suggest the Audis, but not the Penrose. Go the Maxwells. These are the Penrose. Their sound quality is just amazing.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't even. I just
incredible.
I got whatever my sister told me to get. Like my sister, who's a streamer, she was like, "You need to get this, this, this." This was like years ago. I've had all this stuff for like 6 years now, and she was like, "This is all the stuff you need." And I was like, "Okay." I don't. I'm feel so
But
silly.
One day,
I need to learn these things.
if you get these, but the Maxwells, so the Audis Maxwells, which are wireless, which is handy because I always get caught up all the time on mine. They last like 36 hours on the battery, so they last a long time. And I'm not sponsored or anything. It's just seriously, these are fucking amazing. They have a different type of driver in them, but you get the clarity in the bass and everything. So if you're in a work deciding what your next step, people go the Audis. They're not that expensive. They're the same price as like the SteelSeries Pro. Actually, they're a little bit cheaper than the SteelSeries Pros. So they're really, really good.
Done. I need to write that down.
I only use it for my Xbox. That's how precious it is. It's not my everything.
Oh wow!
Limited use item.
Yeah, I look after my Penrose. Penrose are really good, but they just don't last on battery.
I love that.
But yeah. All right. So this is coming to an end. We are going to raid into your stream, so then that way the people on this one don't have to go anywhere. You can just stay here, and we're just going to move you all into Goobs' stream, and we're going to all have continuing fun. I really enjoyed that. That 2 hours just went by.
Yeah, went by like really quickly.
Really fast.
That was
really,
crazy.
really fast.
So
that was awesome. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. Really, really glad that we randomly raided you into last Sunday, and I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna continue staying in touch with you, and and I hope people who watch this really enjoyed it because it was really good.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was really, really good. I'm just glad we had things to talk about. I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know anything about cars. What if they ask me like what? I'm like,
nah, we're not. I don't know like that. We'll talk a little bit here and there, but nah, we're really, really relaxed. Sort of.
I love it. Well, I had so much fun, and it was so great, and I really appreciate you guys letting me come and just yap.
That's so good.
Anytime.
We learned a lot. It's really good, especially the cultural differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very different. It's good. It's good. So anyways, hope everybody enjoys their night/day, depending where you are in the world, and we'll catch you next time. And we'll just stay for the rest of the raid into Goobs' stream, and I am just trying to do it now. Just give me a sec. Is that going to work? Did it work?
Oop.
Did not work. No, that's why I got to do slash, don't I?
Yeah, it's slash, not exclamation mark.
I am not very good at this stuff.
Professional streamers.
Twitch is tricky.
It is very. Has been created. Sweet. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good time. Thank you very much for coming and being on the show. We loved having you on. It was a real blast.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll catch you on
again.
Next time.
Thank you guys.
Not a problem.
I'll when I upload this VOD to YouTube, I'll put all your details on the information below, so that way people can go and actually go to your stream. You can quickly plug your stream if you like right now, if you want.
Oh my gosh! Wait, am I in the chat? Panicking. Oh, here we are. Okay, okay. Okay, got it. I'm just at Gooberbell on everything. That's okay. It's okay. I'm just at Gooberbell on everything.
Alright.
Literally.
At Gooberbell
Yeah.
on
Sorry,
everything.
Everything.
We'll have the link below on YouTube anyway. All right, we'll catch you all next time, and thank you very much for being on the show again, and see you later.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you.